The circulatory system. I will understand how the circulatory system functions to maintain a healthy body. So the circulatory system delivers oxygen and food molecules to cells all over the body, and it removes the carbon dioxide waste and any other metabolic waste from the cells in our body and takes them to organs that are going to remove them from our system. So a little reminder, here is a picture of the cell. All the organ systems must work together to provide the cells with what they need and remove the waste that they have made so that they stay healthy and alive. So this is what we need. We need oxygen, water, and nutrients. We already know that the respiratory system brings oxygen, the digestive system provides water, and nutrients are also provided by the digestive system. And carbon dioxide is removed by the respiratory system and waste is removed by the excretory system. But where's the circulatory system? It doesn't appear anywhere on this diagram of the needs of the cell. But of course that's because it's the circulatory system's job to actually deliver the oxygen, the water and the nutrients to every cell in the body and remove the waste from every cell in the body. So just a reminder, every cell at all times is doing cellular respiration. That is where they take glucose and oxygen, combine those and release carbon dioxide and water when they break down the glucose to release energy. So this is happening in every cell all the time, energy being released from food molecules to allow cells to work. If we color code the different parts, let's have a look how they work. Glucose comes from the digestive system, which digests carbohydrates and absorbs glucose into the blood. The respiratory system, gas exchange in the alveoli allows oxygen to diffuse into the blood. And carbon dioxide diffuses out of the blood. Did you notice the word blood appeared at the end of each of those little sentences? And that's because the circulatory system transports these substances to and from the cells. So what are the organs of the circulatory system? You're probably aware of the heart. That is the pump, providing the force to push blood around the body. The arteries are tubes made of muscle and elastic tissue, and they carry high pressure blood away from the heart. So the heart has just pumped and forcing that blood into the arteries. We want those arteries to be able to stretch and then recoil to continue pushing that blood to where it's needed. Now, veins are hollow tubes with only thin muscle and thin elastic tissue, and they are the tubes that bring the blood back to the heart. And at that point, it's at very low pressure, so they don't need to be thick or muscular or thick and elastic. This is the inside view of a heart. You can see that it is made of 4 chambers, one here and one here. So that's 2 at the top. They're called the atria, and one here and one here. That's 2 at the bottom, and the 2 at the bottom are called ventricles. Here is a little animation of a beating heart. You'll see that the 2 sides of the heart, the right-hand side and the left-hand side of the heart. Remember, we're looking at the heart as if we were looking at a person here. They work at the same time. So blood enters the top bits at the same time, the atria. It then gets squeezed at the top through a valve into the bottom of the heart. This is happening at the same time on each side of the heart, the left and the right. And then as the ventricles squeeze from the bottom, that blood gets pushed up through these valves here and into the arteries that are going to take the blood away from the heart. Our circulatory system is called a double circulatory system. We have the heart involved here twice. Blood goes to the lungs and back to the heart. Blood goes to the body, either up to the head or down to all the organs below the heart, and then back to the heart. So to the lungs and back, and to the body and back. Now on this diagram, the red is the oxygenated blood, The blue is the deoxygenated blood, where all the blood has gone through organs and used up the oxygen. And you'll notice that arteries are carrying blood away from the heart, and only one of the arteries with an arrow on is carrying blue coloration. So that's this one, carrying deoxygenated blood from the heart to the lungs to pick up oxygen. Here's another little animation. Just watch the arrows. If we start here, and watch this arrow going up to the lungs, down back to the heart, and then around to the body and back to the heart. So up to the lungs, around back to the heart, back from the heart round the body, and back to the heart. So these are cross sections of our three types of blood vessel. Artery, we mentioned, nice thick wall with elastic and muscle tissue. The vein, much thinner. And this is a capillary, a very, very small blood vessel, only one cell thick in its wall. And the capillaries are the important bits because they leak. So here's a capillary network in the center here. So from the heart, arteries carry the blood, and then it branches off into smaller arteries that then branch off into capillaries. And we have these networks of capillaries that travel through all of our organs, and they allow blood to come really close to every single cell in the body. Then the capillary networks join up again once they've given up their oxygen and given up all their food, nutrients. They join back together to make big veins that come back to the heart. So capillaries are leaky, and they allow dissolved nutrients and oxygen to reach every cell in an organ. Wastes are picked up by these capillaries, and the leaked fluid drains back into the capillaries, and every single cell in the body is close to a capillary. The final little bit of detail that's quite interesting to learn about is that veins have valves in them too, and these prevent blood flowing backwards. This is really important because there's no muscles to help squeeze the blood now, and it's very low pressure blood. So as we move, our muscles actually squeeze against the veins, so the muscles in our legs, for example, when we're walking, and this helps to move the blood back up through each of these valves, and then the valves prevent the blood going back down our legs. Okay, so this helps to carry the blood back up the veins to our heart and continue circulation.